Hey Capricorn, this is your general tarot reading for Capricorn, Sun, Moon and Ascendant or Rising sign for the month of December. And because it's December, Capricorn, it means some of you are celebrating your birthday. So I have to do it. Happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday dear Capricorn. Bring out the champagne and the cake and the banners and the band. Happy birthday to you, happy birthday Capricorn. If you're celebrating in the month of December, the magic is beginning. It certainly is. So let's do as we always do to find out where that magic is at. We're going to shuffle the cards and wait on all the right ones to come out for you, my love. In the meantime, let's talk about the energies that you may be feeling throughout the month. So, we're leaving behind the big full moon that happened at the end of November in Gemini in your 6th house. So 6th house is where we put a lot of effort into something, and Gemini kind of keeps us busy too. So there could have been a lot of communication going on about organizing things, organizing the details of something, especially in work, in your office space, trying to organize a system, trying to organize getting everything in its proper order and in its proper place. Also to do with your health. Some of you could have found yourself very, very busy making appointments to see doctors or to see dentists or to see osteopaths or something like that. And it was all keep the appointment. At this hour I have to do this, at that time I have to do that. So you were on the clock. Yeah, kept busy, kept very, very busy. But the good news is that you kind of leave that behind now as we go into December. Why? Because the sun, where your soul wants to go, is in Sagittarius in the 12th house. And the 12th house is a house of relaxation, recovery, a place of solitude and peace, a place that we get to close the door and forget about all the craziness that's been happening. It's also a space where we go to be reflective, to have a real mind, body, soul time out. Yeah, so you might need that lovely energy. It's a very spiritual house too. So you could be drawing a lot of healing and strength from your personal faith, or from praying, or from wherever it is that you draw huge amounts of comfort from and love from. You're being taken care of, very much so, by the universe, by the cosmos this month. And this is part of the birthday gift to you, to bring the sun into the 12th house, because you're ending a year, an astrological year for you, and the 12th house is where we put things to rest, leave things behind, where we finally say goodbye, thank you for everything. It's been a weird, crazy year. Some great things happened, some very strange things happened, but I'm just going to say ciao, bye. Yeah, so it's a real clean-up time, and the universe is giving you that lovely lull, that quiet space to reflect and think about the last year in particular, so that when the sun does arrive on the 21st of December, it is you stepping out and shining without any baggage of the last year in particular. So that's the gift to you. The gift is the big cosmic cleanup of everything that's been hanging around you energetically, that you just need to release, surrender and let go of. Now, the 12th house is also quite a psychic house. So a lot of you could be feeling great love and healing coming from the universe, coming from signs, symbols, omens, coming from being in a meditative, that's not easy to say, meditative state, and enjoying that moment of tuning into your own psychicness, tuning into your own intuition, and you feel great love and comfort from that. And for some of you, there is the opportunity here to feel great love from your ancestors and from those who have gone on to the next part of their journey. So if you feel that, if you sense them, it's very likely that they are sending you some love as you prepare yourself. They're like the first guests that are gathering for your birthday, those who love you maybe from the 12th house, which is the other spaces, the places where people who are lost but not forgotten go, okay? So that's a really, really nice energy, and I do hope for many of you that you feel that, because there's great love in that, great love. Now, December 1st, Mercury is retrograding in Scorpio, but does go direct on December 6th. And he's in your 11th house of friends, of societies, teams, where you go to join a group, where you go to be part of something with a bunch of people. Now, that could be like a class, like going to do something creative. It could be a sports team. It could be anything. But in the first week in December, there's a moment where you have to go back and rethink whether what you're doing within this group of people, or even within your group of friends, whether you should continue with it, whether you need to review how to approach it, whether you need to re-engage or rethink plans even with friends. Just, it's all about having to go back and have a little rethink about who you surround yourself with, the groups that you associate with. And also the 11th house is where we have big dreams and aspirations, where we shoot for the stars, where we aim high and hope to achieve something beautiful in our dreams. So at the very beginning of the month, there could be a total revision, as this card hops out and you're saying, yeah, look at this shit, I do need a total revision. Yeah, you're revising how to dream big, how to replan what you're doing in your future. 11th house is very future oriented. So you're saying, I need to let a lot of this go, which the sun is doing in the 12th house, letting it go. This is a moon in Gemini card, letting go of some of the hurt and pain and some of the maybe even physical pains that you've been having. Letting all that go so that you can step back out there with another group of people perhaps who will bring you into your future and bring your success. Yeah, you're looking at, in the first week of December, about how to start over, rethink, start over, and aim for your success all over again. Yeah, success is on your mind, and it's on your mind during a very powerful period. So if you dream and if you pray, for those of you who pray, for something wonderful and big, for your big dreams to come true, I think they'll be heard. So do that if that's something that you like to do. Now, Venus is in Scorpio on the 2nd of December in your 11th house. Now, she is direct, and she is again saying, look, Capricorn, I know you're going through this quiet space, you want a bit of peace, you want a bit of solitude, but yet at the same time, it's probably time to go out with your friends or find a new group of friends where you can have a bit of fun and pleasure with them, where you can find people that think like you, that are on the same wavelength as you. You need this because Venus always wants to find pleasure in something, and it's on your mind now this month to find pleasure with good people, and also to find pleasure by re-engaging with your dreams and your aspirations, because you're leaving the heaviness behind this month of all last year. And Venus is saying, come on, let's get passionate again, let's get enthusiastic again, let's fall in love with our future again. Let's make plans for success again. Have you been so knocked back over the last year that you're saying, I haven't even had time to think about the future. I haven't had time to think about aiming high and shooting for the stars and, having a target and making a success of something. I've been busy, busy dealing with this shit. Yeah, but now Venus is saying, come on, let's bring it back. Let's find love and pleasure in doing all that again. But also, let's find love within a group of friends. Let's find love on the internet, on social media, through dating apps. Let's find love through people who belong to a team or a society, that we all have the same thing that we're interested in. Yeah, finding a little corner where you're all doing the same thing that you all love. And in there you could find love. Yeah. Now Venus is all about the money too. And in the 11th house, she's saying that some of you could be really starting to see some financial reward coming back from some of your big dreams that you've really already put into practice. But she's also saying money could really be happening if you want, if it's something you want to do, in something very futuristic, something very cutting edge, something even alternative. Maybe things like alternative ways to do something, even alternative, anything that's alternative to the mainstream, basically. There could be money in that. Even things like astrology or tarot or things like that. There could be some money to be made in things like that. Or maybe it's just about consulting an astrologer to find out, well, okay, where am I going to make money? So you're very forward thinking. And Venus knows where the money is at for you. And she's saying it's in the future. It's looking towards the future is where the money is at for you. Could be on social media, on the internet, doing something very cutting edge. That's where the money is for you. And Venus is saying, go for it, do it. It could also be money that you make with a group of people, money made through groups, or being part of a group that makes money. It could even be part of, like an investment group where you all club your money together and invest in something. So it could be something like that, because Scorpio loves investments. Venus loves money. And the 11th house is a group of people. Getting involved with a group who are all investing in something or sharing in something that could give you a dividend or something at the end of it. That could be very, very nice. Now, December 7th, there's the new moon in Sagittarius, and that is in your 12th house again. And Mercury on the 12th goes into Sagittarius in the 12th house. So you've got the sun, you've got the new moon, you've got Mercury, and you've got Jupiter, all in this 12th house, which we touched upon a little bit last month. It's all about your spirituality, all about your psychicness, all about your faith, all about releasing and surrendering to, not feeling that you have to go alone in everything that you're doing, feeling that you're absolutely connected in very deep ways with other people. So there's great luck and fortune in this whole experience you're going through in terms of your spirituality. And certainly, I'll say this, Capricorn, the last couple of years have been very, very tough. And the great luck that's coming, the great new perspective that's coming, the great new healing that's coming involves forgetting, forgiving, surrendering, and really just slamming the door on perhaps even the last 7 years. Maybe big changes happened within your family dynamic. Maybe you moved far from home. Maybe home doesn't look the way it used to do. The home that you recognize now, or the secure feeling in yourself that you recognize now, looks nothing like it did 7 years ago. Uranus retrograding has a lot to do with that. Your whole inner emotional landscape doesn't look the same anymore. Families have changed, dynamics within the family have changed, new people have arrived in your family, and some people have gone on to the next part of their journey, and things have radically changed. And it's time now for you to gather up all the hurts and pain, and to in some way surrender them and say, that has been my journey. Now my journey begins when I clear all of that and start fresh again. So it's very powerful and very psychic. I don't know if many of you appreciate just how psychic you can be, Capricorn. You have that very earthy psychic magic, and maybe you've felt very unnerved, ungrounded, because you haven't tuned into that for a very long time. Well, it's time to reconnect with that now, because this is where you get a huge amount of power. Re-engage with your spirituality and psychic connection, and also re-engage with your ancestors, re-engage with the love that comes from people who have passed on also, okay? So it's very important that you trust that, feel it, and receive the best from it, because that is the blessing for you, Capricorn. Now, December 21st, the sun moves in to Capricorn, shining its big healing light, shining its big beam, its disco light all over you, Capricorn, and it's time for you to step out and shine now. It's time. It's time for you to really identify with your future. It's time for you to re-identify with the power in you, to re-identify with the strength in you, the vitality in you, to remember just how strong you are despite what you've been through, to remember what it feels like to be healthy, what it feels like to be in command of your life, in command of yourself. You're stepping back in charge, bold, brave, fearless, and more in tune with where you want to go in your future now, and certainly more optimistic as you allow the journey unfold, where you're leaving things behind and allowing new things to start again. It's a real feel-good moment for you, Capricorn, and I think you absolutely deserve that. Absolutely do. So it's a time of celebrations. It's a time of feeling charged up again. Your batteries are finally charged. Yeah. Now, not too long after that, on December 22nd, there is the full moon in Cancer, which gives you a moment, a space where you, now that you're feeling better in yourself, you're feeling more optimistic, you get to re-examine how you feel about what you want and need from partnerships, from people who are very close to you, close friends, your lovers, your partners, relationships in general, even business relationships. You're asking yourself, what really matters here? Who do I give my full emotional attention to? Who gets to receive that? And who is giving me that sense of peace, love and comfort in return? It's a great moment where you can really examine all of those things, where you bring your friends close to you, your true friends, and people who really love you back into the fold, where it's not so chaotic with bunches of random people, with friends who you may not be able to trust, or even friends for whatever reason that you can no longer depend upon, maybe through no fault of their own. But now you're saying, no, it's time to re-examine this and re-feel the whole situation about who is in my inner circle now. So it's beautiful. It's really nice. And the full moon gives you that energy to examine your close relationships. So it's very, very powerful. And of course, I have no doubt that it's very, very powerful. Now, other things that might be happening before I'll have to start choosing your birthday cards for you, Capricorn. Some significant things. Watch out this month for your mind wandering a little bit. No, you're not going crazy. You're not. You're just in a total other space. So if you lose appointments, if you forget to meet people, if you forget their birthdays, if you forget there's significant things happening, if you miss trains or can't arrive to a thing on time, it's okay. It's not that the world is falling apart. It's just that your version of time, as that card came out, is now very loose. So you could misjudge time, you could misjudge appointments, you could, do all that. So I would say to you, if an appointment is very, very, very important, then you might want to set a little alarm in your cell phone just to make sure that you don't miss a certain important event or a certain important meeting or appointment or something like that, because your mind is just elsewhere. In a good space, yeah. Other things that might be happening around the 16th of December, you could see something really incredible happen within a group of friends or within a team. You could get some success if you're doing something in a competition with other people, in a team. If you stand out, stand up, I don't know, maybe if you go out with a bunch of friends and give a speech or even get up and do karaoke. I don't know what it is you want to do, but if you stand up and really show yourself off around the 16th of December, doing your talents within a group of people or a group of friends, you could get a really nice thing happening there where you feel good, where you feel rewarded. And in some cases, because it's Venus, you may even feel financially rewarded. Some of you could win a prize, but certainly around the 16th, for those of you looking for love, some of you could win love through a group of friends or through social dating apps. Yeah, get out there. Get out there and be seen, Capricorn, because you're shining this month. So now, Capricorn, what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose your birthday cards for you because it is time to get this reading moving. So, the Four of Wands. Ooh, I just got an electric shock off your cards. Can you believe that? Yeah, I think I can believe that. An electric shock off your cards. Where is the electricity? Well, the electricity is all about you as the sun moves in to Capricorn, but also Uranus in Aries. Okay, so I'm going to talk about this. I did brush over that a little bit and I got a little bit of a shock off your cards to remind me maybe to go back and talk about this as I'm choosing the rest of your cards. The Lovers comes out there. On December 1st, the very first day, Capricorn, of the month, Uranus is retrograding in Aries in the 4th house of family, of your deep emotional needs, where you're nourished, where you're healed. Could also represent females, but it's in opposition to Venus, who's in the 10th house. And this could be, it could mean many things, but I'm going to go with this, Capricorn. Venus in the 10th house loves being responsible. She loves having duties. She loves being the center of attention in some way here in the 10th house. Because, not just by showing off, but because she's a strong character who's got her shit together, and because she's organizing family events, or being the person who carves the turkey, being the person who organizes family get-togethers over the holiday season, being the person who sits at the top of the table. So that's what she likes to do, but that's in stark contrast with Uranus, the one that gave me the electric shock from your cards, who is saying things have changed. Things have changed within your family dynamic. Maybe you won't find the same amount of pleasure or won't have the opportunity to have pleasure organizing family events or being the one who holds up tradition in a certain way. Maybe you have to do things this holiday season in a different way at somebody else's house. Dynamics within the family have changed. And I don't want this to get you down, because now, didn't I say to you, you're very future oriented and you're allowing the past die. Allow new traditions to begin within your family from the very beginning of the month. That could be something very powerful for you. Set a new tradition for your birthday, for this festive season, and allow that to be the new norm, to be the new thing that is now the family tradition, as the family card comes out. So, yep, I guess that was important to talk about for many of you. 2 more cards, Capricorn. I like this. I'm getting to choose all your birthday cards and you're saying, yeah, could you choose better ones than death? Look, it's okay. I'll talk about it. It's actually quite positive. Your last birthday card, the Hierophant, the Hierophant. So that's very, very nice. Setting up new traditions because the old ones are dead. Yeah, you see, it does all reflect in the cards. Now, Capricorn, let's move over. Let's do your birthday cards up there. So we begin with a Sagittarius card. Now, all the energy is in Sagittarius this month with the Sun in Sagittarius. Mercury goes into Sagittarius on the 12th. Jupiter is in Sagittarius. The new moon is in Sagittarius. So it's all about Sagittarius. And who are Sagittarius? Well, they are your 12th house people. They are your 12th house tribe who allow things in a way of healing to be said openly, to be communicated, to be put right out there, to be said and deal with it type of thing. Sagittarians don't like don't like harboring secrets. And the 12th house is a place of secrets. But Sagittarius brings out and throws out the secrets. So it could be a moment this month where secrets are coming out, being blurted out by you and even by other people. People could get all weird and just suddenly come up to you and say, hey Capricorn, you know that thing that you were dealing with and you're all raw and tender about it and hurt about it, and they're saying, well, I was talking to a bunch of people about that and we all decided, and you're saying, what, you told people my secret? That was supposed to be between you and I. You told people that I was suffering, you told people that I was not feeling too good. Why did you tell them that? And the energy of Sagittarius is because you have to just get it out in the open. Otherwise, it kind of becomes a secret and you start harboring it and it starts becoming all shadowy and weird. So Sagittarius is saying, throw out the secrets. The secrets are just going to come out. Why? So that they can be cleaned and wiped away. A lot of emotional secrets might come out for you this month, Capricorn, where you find yourself, not that you would necessarily normally do this because you're quite a reserved person, but this time you're finding yourself saying things that even surprise you, emotional things. When people say, well, how are you doing, Capricorn? Usually they might expect you to say, I'm doing fine. But this time you say, I'm not doing so great. And it might shock people, but it opens up a great conversation and a great sense of warmth. You see, Sagittarius doesn't do this out of spite. Sagittarius does this out of a sense of healing and warmth for you, so that you get to discuss some of the things that are quite deep in you in a very pleasant way. Now, Sagittarius is also quite funny and humorous, and they do like to indulge a little bit. So you could find that you're invited out for meals, or invited out for a glass of wine, or invited out for, coffee and something. You're invited out to talk openly about how you're feeling. And this is something that you should embrace, Capricorn, because it's not your norm to do this. So when this window of opportunity comes, do it. And what happens, the gift that comes with this is you get to laugh. You get to laugh it off, because Sagittarian energy does that. It points at the big elephant in the room where everybody is usually, don't look at it, don't look at it. And it says, look at that, there's a big elephant in the room. And then suddenly everybody's laughing at it. And so that's so powerful and healing for you. And what it does is it takes away some hardness and pain that you've unfortunately had to develop a thick skin. And you've had to defend yourself, maybe emotionally, defend yourself by not sharing the deep hurts and pains that you may have gone through over the last while. So you've been pushing people away, keeping them at arm's length, keeping them from knowing maybe some of your true feelings, but that has to change. And this energy this month is going to radically change that. So we have Sagittarius and we also have Aquarius. So Sagittarians and Aquarians could be very, very key to your healing this month. Maybe it's through finding new friends or very close friends who would be either Sagittarius or Aquarius. They could really help you. Now, Aquarius is 11th house energy, and you do have a lot of Aquarius energy, 11th house style energy, about meeting groups of people, letting your guard down to have more fun with people. This seems to be quite important for you. Yeah. So it's a good energy for you to let the guard down a little bit and heal, allow that healing. Because when you do, you've got this real fiery passion of adventure. Sagittarius, again, of course, loves adventure. And they're infusing you. I mean, you're probably looking, saying, hello, I'm a Capricorn. Why do you keep talking about Sagittarius? It's because they're heavily influencing you this month. Their energy is being shrouded around you, being wrapped around you, and you're being motivated to be part of their energy this month. And their energy is all about seeking new adventures, finding the fire and passion in what you're doing in your life again, maybe finding a whole new adventure to go on, maybe a new adventure in love, finding new friends, finding new things to do for your future, finding new plans and dreams that will carry you in to the next 5 years, the next 10 years, and being passionate about them. Finding new places to travel to. You know, you're quite an organised person, Capricorn, but there's always that fire that I keep talking about that burns underneath you. Maybe it's time to let that fire out, to play, to go on an adventure that's not super organised, that's not super comfortable, that's not about going to some wonderful spiritual place, but you stay in a 5-star hotel and feel luxury cotton blankets and so on. No, maybe the adventure is about getting stuck in, going to a spiritual place or going on a big adventure and staying and living the way the locals live, eating in the restaurants that the people eat, indulging in the culture. Sagittarius loves that. Sagittarius wants to indulge in foreign cultures, indulge in things at a real grassroots level. And that seems to bring about a huge sense of passion and fire for you. To do what? You see, all of this is geared towards allowing the process happen. The moon in Gemini, to get rid of the hurt, to get rid of the pain, to get rid of that feeling that people have let you down, that your plans didn't come together, that I had a great vision of where I was supposed to be right now and that failed. That didn't happen the way I expected it. I thought some people would be by my side along this journey, and they're not. I thought that by now I would have achieved a level of success, and I have to some degree, but not to the way I see it. It's been stressing me out. I want to let go of all of this heaviness, because why? Because I see a horizon. The sun is coming, and it is on the 21st. The sun is coming, and it's promising you a way out of this. But you can choose to stay there. You see, we always have a choice, Capricorn. You can choose to stay locked into pain, or you can recognize and be quick and smart like you are and say, I see yonder there in the distance a new horizon, and I'm going to go and be brave and be adventurous and find that new horizon and live in the sunshine again, come out of the dark, surrender the pain. Accept that it was just a journey that I was on, and now I'm going on a new journey, a journey towards the sun. Certainly a lot of you could take a journey into the sun to rejuvenate. And if it's a journey, a physical journey into a warmer climate, or something that you're allowed to bask in something. What gives you pleasure, Capricorn? Where do you bask? Is it with good people? Is it good food? Is it good music? Is it having a real strong spiritual connection with something? Is it letting your hair down and going absolutely shit wild with something? What is it that you just have that moment where you say, this is where I belong? That's what you need this month. Get that organized, save up for it, plan it, do whatever it takes to find that horizon, so that you are just basking in that. It's time. It's time for you to take care of the direction of your future, as all the energy in the 11th house says. And you take the first step into the future under the influence of the sun on the 21st, which is saying your future begins by remembering where you bask and forgetting, 12th house, what needs to be forgotten. Now we move in to the mid-month section here, and this is you. Now that you've taken control, so it would seem maybe some of you are feeling what I'm saying, or some of you are just taking the advice of the cards here. You're feeling more empowered, you're feeling more on fire. The Knight has made the first step on his long journey of adventure into the sun, into the warmth, into the new passions of his life. And he arrives at the first port of call, very in the mode of attracting, not yet quite mastering, but attracting people and experiences towards you that really make you feel alive again. But certainly, what is the big thing you're going to be really attracting this month? This is a card of feeling solid and secure in the things that you're passionate about. You're solid and secure when you've got good family around you. And I said part of this is finding a new adventure, perhaps with your family, where you stand and be a new key figure with new traditions and new responsibilities that are sparked up, fresh and new, where you intuitively feel that this is the next journey, and bringing that alive within your family, getting a sense of solidity from that. It's very powerful to regain your strength by having your good friends around you, your tribe around you, your family around you, and accepting that you're now standing up, showing them a new way to do this whole thing. The leader of the tribe. Very powerful. Now, she is always somebody who looks towards the sun. You see her head is gazing off where? In the direction of the sun, and the sunflower that always follows the direction of the sun wherever it goes. And she is guided by this new feeling of being empowered, of being alive, of basking in the things that give her great pleasure, because she's joyous, she laughs, she's fun, she plays games, she's witty. She doesn't have a care in the world. Why? Because she has the psychicness sitting beside her, the psychic cat, all the energy in Sagittarius, a fire sign in the 12th house, psychicness being fully supported by that. Because she has faith, because she trusts, because she's connected to something deeper and more spiritual, she can just laugh everything off and say, I can just live my life and not have those worries anymore, because the universe is somehow taking care of all of that. I can now just focus on building a solid future, building my family up again, building my tribe up again, building my new network of friends up again, building my future up again, building a project up again. It's time to really start something that can carry you through into your future, and to put passion and drive and energy into it, because it becomes something very solid for you that gives you a lot of support. And it's on fire, there's magic in it. It comes alive and it brings you alive. You could be setting something really this month alive passionately for you. It could be love, it could be a new relationship. But it's more, I think, to do with you personally coming alive again and feeling that you can stand on your own 2 feet again. Yeah, you can stand on your own 2 feet again and feel independent and feel like that you're not bothered by the things that have happened to you, that you can let them go. This is a financial card, and it's all about you taking more mastery and control over your finances too. It's about taking care of your vision and direction in life also. About some of you could be very seriously considering taking control over expanding your mind, either through education, through finding a mentor or a teacher, a spiritual teacher certainly, through traveling to expand your mind, open your mind, and to explore something different that gives you some greater soul purpose and meaning. And for some of you, some financial independence through the wisdom that you're gathering, in order for you then to become a master at some information that you're gathering. So it could be about going back to university, about going back to learn something meaningful, so that you in turn can become the wise one at the end, who may earn money by teaching that, or being a master at whatever this is. But you have a choice, because the lovers always can't speak. Mercury retrograde. I'm recording this during the retrograde. What can you do? Anyway, you've always a choice. You've a choice of paths opening up when it comes to doing something that you're passionate about to make more money. You've a choice of paths about where to go to open up your mind, open up your beliefs, open up your perspective, open up your horizons. You've a choice. Now, I will say this, while you have all these choices going on and which one should I choose in my little candy store of options, one of the choices could be to travel abroad to find love, to find love with a very educated person, to find love with somebody who's very independent. They could work on their own, or they could be really outstanding at something. They could be somebody that you really admire. You admire their wisdom. You admire the journey that they've been on too. And love could come through a person like that. You really like the cut of their jib. You like what they know. You like their wisdom. And there could be great love coming from that, if that's what you're interested in. Those of you who are already in a relationship, there could be a kind of a revival in love once you get passionate about what it is you're doing. You see, once you're more confident, once you're more built up and feeling like you're in control of your life, this has an effect on your love life too, where you get the admiration that you need from your partner because they admire you. Now, family card, accomplishments, love within the family. And here is a Virgo card shining its light over the family. Now, 6th house, moon in Gemini, 6th house style. Things are brought to light within your family this month. I did say there could be some secrets and revelations coming out within your family this month, but it's all in an effort to heal. It's all in an effort for you to look in a new light upon your family too. Did I not say to you that you may have to start new traditions? You may have to do things differently with your family. It's just all changed. It's all different. And now there's a light being cast on that. But the light of healing takes you out of some sadness that's been happening perhaps within some family dynamic. And the light brings you more joy. It shows you where there is still love, where there is still happiness. And it shows you that anything is possible. If there's a family situation that's been lingering and it's been like a shadow over your family perhaps, there's a light coming this month, a gentle light that shows you how to get through this and how to get past some situation within the family. And here we go. This does represent what I've said, the death of the old, so that a new thing can happen, a new tradition can come, a new wonderful thing can happen within your life, and particularly within your family life and within the friends and people that you care about. Things have changed, and you must accept that, Capricorn. And when you accept that, new traditions begin. Now, we do have the card of the Lovers, and we have 2 marriage cards here, making strong commitments. Some of you really could be stepping into a period where you're making a very strong commitment. Did I say this last month? I don't know if I said this last month. Sorry, Capricorn. There could be engagements, weddings, celebrations, rings being put on fingers here this month for Capricorn season as we go into it. Because new bonds are happening, new traditions are being made, and new journeys are beginning. Certainly new spiritual journeys are beginning. So Capricorn, that's a wonderful, wonderful, empowering month that you're going to feel, and I'm really excited about it. I'm going to leave it at that, but if you do want to know more, remember that we have the second month this month of the deep read, the Vimeo readings that I started last month, going into the readings on a much deeper way. Themes of love, relationships, those of you looking for love, family, friends, money, career, and trying to piece all of the energy together so that we've a clearer idea. That's the Vimeo deep read, and that's linked down there below. But I'm going to also say thank you, by the way, to everybody who came to the very first deep read last month. It was great to have you there, and thank you for coming along and showing your support. That means an awful lot to me, Capricorn, really does. But I'm going to leave it at that, and I'm going to ask you to enjoy this festive season, enjoy everything about this month, and for those of you celebrating your birthday, happy birthday, my beautiful. And I'm going to leave you, as always, with a big birthday kiss, and all my love, Capricorn. Until next month.